Hey there. Today we're going to be talking about what Larry Carlton calls the super arpeggio. Basically what it is, it's how to play over chords, lines you can use that outline other chords over chords. Like for example, today we're going to be in C major. So what we're going to be doing is in C major, the way Larry explains the super arpeggio is you take the C, we're going to start with major, 1, 3, 5. So then you start on the third of that chord, and then you play a minor triad. So it's major, 1, 3, 5, C. So the next one starts on E, E, G, B. Now we've got an E minor. So if you start on the third of that one, which is G, you've got a G, B, D. It's a major. So you've got major, minor, major again. And we're only going to go up 3 levels. You could go more, but as Larry says, the more you go up, the further outside your lines are sounding, and it could sound like some wrong notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the simple things. We're going to take that one chord you're playing over, and we're going to give you 3 chords, 3 lines to play over it. So you're tripling the number of licks you've got over just one chord. Isn't that great? You can do this with any chord all over the neck, and you should learn those. So what we're doing today, we're going to start, and we're just going to use the key of C. Let me show you what those sound like. We'll use our freeze pedal here and give it a C major 7 to play along with us. So there you go. We'll let our freeze pedal get that. I'll show you how those licks sound over that chord. So of course we've got C major. You play C over it. Great, so that's C. Now let's go to E minor. E minor focuses on that B, which is that C major 7. That's the major 7 in C. That's why it sounds so awesome. Resolve to a 5 there. So there's E minor. Oops. So all you're doing is just looking at people say, wow, all these different modes and chords and licks and things. It's just really E minor. So I'm just thinking E minor. I'm playing an E minor. So what's the next one? Well, G, G, B, D. So that's a really cool sound. So I'm just thinking G. I'm thinking G. I'm just thinking G. So isn't that great how all those different sounds are made just by using a couple of different triads and arpeggios over the other chords, and you can do that all over the neck, and you should learn that all over the neck. But now you've got one chord, and you're squeezing three chords out of it, 3 licks out of it. Isn't that great? So that's in C. So now let's take what we've just done, those 3 arpeggios, C over C, C, E minor, G. Let's take those, let's put them to a little jam track, see what we can come up with. Show you how cool this is and how easy it is. So we get a little jam track going. C major 7 to a C major 7 to an F. Simple, 1 to 4, 1 to a 4. Okay, so we'll start with the C. Simple lines. Back to a C, E minor again, to a C, E minor, to a C, C. So you can superimpose these over each other. Let's do our G. Instead of playing a C over C, let's play G over C. How about that? Here we go. How about G? How's that? How's that? That's a cool sound. Our G over C. So our G over C. Isn't that great? See how it goes over that? It makes it really cool, sounding kind of outside a little bit. Back to a C. To a G. So C. Over the F chord. One chord C, we're going to play G. To your 4 chord. So you can play those 3 lines, those C lines, those E minor lines, those G lines over a C chord, and it's going to sound great, and you're going to have many more choices of colors and flavors. So practice with it, play with it, see how it works for you, see what you can come up with. As always, we appreciate you stopping by. Be sure and subscribe. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing this content to you. Ring the bell. You'll get notified on every time we put something up new. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.